Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I'm in a bit of pain today. I sat too long. Anyway, yeah, we went to a memorial this morning, or a celebration, I should say, celebration of life. And yeah, I learned lots about this gentleman and about his life. A lot of it I knew, I understood him to be the man who he is. Um, a beautiful soul, beautiful child of God. And yeah, anyway. So that's where I was this morning, and I sat through that. And then afterwards, I went. The lady that took me to the service, we went somewhere else, and then we sat some more. So yeah, um, not good for me to sit for too long. Anyway, so yeah, I have issues when I sit too long. Then I somebody told me the other day I'm like a piece of biltong. You can't bend anymore. Well, I was about to smack the guy, but I thought, just shut up. He's given me a lift back home. So, anyway, yeah, talking about getting a lift back home. First and foremost, I must apologize to you guys. In my previous video, I spoke about um, these different people that contacted me to find out if I'm okay from the fellowship that I attend. And I didn't realize, but now when I think about it, I should have realized, but in any case, that the one lady that contacted me, she's actually one of the deacons, deaconesses. I don't know what you call it. A lady deacon. Anyway, I didn't realize she was one of the lady deacons. So, yeah, she spoke to me today and she asked me what's going on. I told her. And I spoke to the guy that I always hug at church. Yeah, I got two hugs today. Yeah, I miss these hugs. Anyway, um, I spoke to him first and foremost. When I arrived there, I first went and said hello to him. And yeah, I kind of, I was naughty. I said to one of the leaders, elders, whatever, because when I went up to give this guy a hug, this elder, whatever he is, was also up there. So I said to him, yeah, the only reason I come to fellowship is to give this guy a hug. Yeah, I tend to do those things to watch a person's reaction. Anyway, I mustn't laugh too much because it feels like somebody's stabbing me in the back. Which is, I think I've got a air pocket or something stuck in my lungs or somewhere, and it's a little bit sore. So yeah, it also stops me from sneezing. Anyway, squirrels, are these squirrels? Yeah. So I actually spoke to Tony today, and I was telling him what was happening with my car, and he says, "Well, it might be compression something. I don't know." And I looked at him and I thought, no, man, don't tell me that because that's major business. And he said, well, just ask him to do a compression test. My brother reckons it's a cold start sensor because when I spray the inside there where the air filter is with quick start, car starts. Okay, that's with the old quick start. This new quick starter that I bought doesn't start the car. So, yeah. Anyway, so I don't know what the difference is between them, but in any case, they both they both stink. Anyway, so yeah, so Tony reckons I must just ask him to do a compression test. Anyway, my brother reckons it might be the cold start sensor. Where I took the car, the mechanic there says they think it's something to do with the fuel something. I don't know what. Anyway, all I know is that my car sometimes starts, but when I start the car, it'll start. Most times it won't. And then sometimes it'll start here without an issue at home. And then when I take it into town and I stop wherever, and then when I try and start it there, it won't start. So I don't know. Like I say in Afrikaans, hy's vol vimmies. Anyway, so yeah. So we'll see what happens. I spoke to the lady that I'm going to be doing some work for, and I told her, I said, listen, you might have to reconsider getting somebody else because I don't have a car, and this job requires you have a vehicle. Anyway, so she says, no, I can use the one of their cars. So that's good news. It's just to run around in town here, so it's not going out of town, which is even better news. Um, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I must apologize. I didn't realize that one woman that phoned me was actually part of the leadership, deacon, deaconess. I don't know what you call a lady deacon, but in any case, and yeah, she's really got a pure heart. Um, yeah, she's very sensitive. Anyway, um, that's that. I don't know. There was something else I had to tell you. I think. Yeah. So I don't know what's happening with my car. If I'm ever going to get the thing sorted out, I'm trusting the Lord for another vehicle. Um, yeah, this will be the second vehicle in 10 years. Yeah, the second vehicle that I bought in 10 years because after my husband died. The first one I bought from my dad. Um, well, after he passed, uh, mom didn't have a driver's license, so she sold the car to me. So yeah, and then I paid 25,000 for that one, and then I drove it for quite some time. I liked that golf. It was a Golf. I really liked that Golf. The only thing I didn't like about it is it leaked when it rained. So I taped the boot shut. I had some. I don't think it's duct tape. It's a black tape. That stuff sticks nicely. I managed to pull it nice and tight and it sealed the boot. You did not get that boot open. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. Anyway. But I couldn't do anything about the leaking by the feet in the front, both passenger and driver's side. If it rained heavy, your feet got wet. That was it. Um, yeah, but it had a very powerful engine there. Anyway, and then of course I had lots of issues with the clutch cable. The clutch cable kept on snapping, and it had something to do with going through the firewall. I think that's what Tony told me. Anyway, shame he helped me there also. Yeah. Um. Yeah, he's been very good to me. I need to keep him as a friend. uh, he's if ever there was a man, Jesus in human form, it's that man. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm gonna just wait and see what's gonna happen now. If the local guy doesn't contact me in the next Monday, Tuesday, if they don't contact me, then I'm going to see if I can. There is another auto electrician that stays in Groenvlei, I think. Um, some people say he's good. I don't know. Um, yeah. Anyway, so we'll see. I don't know if he's an auto elect or if he's a mechanic. Um, yeah. Anyway, Yeah, and my friend told me today that it's not safe to travel alone because I was telling her about my plans of going up the west coast next year to go scatter mom and dad's ashes. That'll be the last thing I do for them. So I still joked with her. I said, "Yeah, I'll ask this guy if he'll come with me, but he's got to come in his vehicle, me and mine." And she says, "No, man, go in the same vehicle." I looked at her. I thought, "Are you mad? You know, we can't both sleep in my car. Not going to happen." And she says, "No, you pay the petrol there and let him pay the accommodation." I said, "He can pay for his own accommodation. I'll sleep in the car." Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that's what's happening with my car. So we'll see this week. I've only got this week to get my car sorted out. After that, I'm working, and I've got enough. I think there's one more squirt in the old quick start can. So yeah, I might have to use that to get the car to whoever's going to look at it. But hopefully, the person that's going to look at it will actually just come here and look at it. Anyway, guys, I've got to go eat something and take some pain meds. All right, guys, lots and lots of love. Thank you for your prayers. Lots of love. Bye.